Oh, y'all, so you're a fool. What up, ASL? And hollered at you in a minute. tuned in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce than I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? I see y'all down the ride for another Iceman Show podcast. So we are in the building like only the Iceman can be. I'd like to welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the Iceman Show podcast, where we get it crack-a-lacking all day. You digs? We're going to go ahead and get started. Usually I wait until people can get in the room, but I don't want to be on here too late. What up, OG? Ansel 1961. What's happening with your boss player? What's up with your OG? One of the OGs. You digs? Glad to see you in the house, my brother. For sure. I'd like to welcome those of you who are on the Facebook Live platform. I'd like to welcome those of you who are on the YouTube live stream platform. I want to welcome you to our discussion this evening. We'll be talking about the Black agenda for 2020, the rejection of Senator Kamala Harris and Senator Cory Booker. And we're also going to preview our broadcast for this coming Saturday, which will be another episode of the Players Circle podcast, where we talk dating and relationships from a male perspective. Ladies, you're welcome to be in that place to be. But fellas, that's what we do every Saturday early afternoon, usually about 1 p.m., 2 p.m. That's when we're in the place. One thing that I wanted to talk about before we get going here, I'm going to wait a few minutes before I get into this. Where's my iPad at? Oh, there it is. I was wondering what I did with my iPad. I know that nobody steal that mug. But it was something I want to show you guys. I'm going to try to hold off for a minute because I'm trying to wait for everybody to get in the building. But I might just gonna have to just go ahead and get it cracking. Because I need to get this. I need to move forward here. I need to go ahead and get started. I don't want to wait too long to get it cracking. So I want to go ahead and get it going. By the way, let's get the preliminaries out of the way. That's right, Timmy Diamonds. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please support the Manosphere. This is $5 Tuesday, which is asking for a minimum donation of $5 to respect the knowledge that I'm kicking. And, out of respect, we're asking you to donate $5. All donations are 100% tax deductible to my 501c3 nonprofit. If you have any questions about my nonprofit, you can look us up on irs.gov, search charities, and I'm quite sure it will pop up. Your digs. So that's what's cracking. You can donate at asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button or download the Cash App. There's an app called Cash App, and if you go to the App Store, you can download it for free. Put your debit or credit card information in there. You can put multiple cards in there, and you can hit me on the Cash App, and my exactly. And you can donate that way. If you donate through Cash App, there's no fees. It's peer-to-peer. So, and that's still counted as a donation. So all you got to do is print out your receipt just like you would on PayPal when you donate, and just go from there. Yeah. Go to Ansel, go to my website. It's to the right. If you go to asktheiceman.com, it's to the right. Yeah. So let's get it cracking today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it popping. You know the drill. My YouTube guys, y'all know the drill. You know how we do. Every podcast that we have, I ask these guys to either donate a minimum of $5 or $10. Usually on Saturday we do $10 because, you know, people just got paid, and you know, I want to try to get you to donate before the We Connect get that money. You know what I'm saying? So I want to try to make sure we can get that cracking. But that's what we do. In case you're joining us on Facebook, that's what we do. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I can't wait. I can't wait too much longer. I got something I gotta take care of, and I don't want to be on here all night. Some people take a minute to get on here, and so I want to make sure we go ahead and get that going before it gets too late. So let's go ahead and do that. I got something I wanted to show you guys. I have been waiting to try to find out where this is, where exactly this video was, and apparently it's not posted in America. So you can understand why it's not. Why, and what I'm getting ready to show you, they don't want people in America to see this, because the way these white supremacists frame everything, they always try to frame everything like they're so much better than black people. And any mention of historical proof that where they came from, they want to make sure they don't expose you to that, because they want to constantly hammer inferiority complex over your head while they big up themselves and make themselves look superior to you. So we're going to go ahead and get this cracking. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. I'm not going to show you the whole video, but let me get this. I got my speakers posted up right here so you guys can hear what's going on. That way you guys can get that cracking. Let me go ahead and
we're not famous. That's caused an absolute sensation, one that could have untold significance for every one of us. And not only that, it's a totally engrossing mystery story too.
For you.
You're about to meet a family that shouldn't exist, a family like no other. They could just be the missing link between man and ape.
No,
the Holy Grail scientists have sought for generations.
We ain't never been no apes.
They're living, breathing men and women, but they walk on all fours, just as we did 4 million years ago.
No,
and until
bitch.
this film was
7,000.
shot, they were hidden away. unseen by the outside world. A remote village in Turkey. Here, hidden from the world, lives an extraordinary family. A family whose very existence could rewrite the evolution textbooks.
I was really fascinated. You know, here are humans doing things that they're not meant to be doing.
By the way, this is not a family. This is a whole village.
Been known to just a handful of experts who have been sworn to secrecy. When I heard of it myself, I was intrigued, but nothing prepared me for the reality. Now, finally, the secret can be revealed.
The immediate response I had was that I couldn't believe my eyes. I had never expected that, even under the most extraordinary scientific fantasy, that modern human beings could return to an animal state.
They didn't return. They've been like this.
In scientific terms, it was the equivalent of finding living, breathing fossils. Human beings who had never made the evolutionary leap of standing upright. The quest to find out why took a team of scientists on an amazing journey and raised profound questions about what it is to be human.
The thing which marks us off from the rest of the animal world is the fact that we're the species which walks on two legs and holds our heads high in the air.
It's what defines us as human beings.
In many ways, yes, of course, there's language and all sorts of other things too, but it's terrible.
Let me just stop that right there, because it started getting into hunky-splaining. Could y'all not hear that? Could y'all see and hear that? Huh? Yes or no? Okay, could you see it? Okay, so you could see it. Okay. See, I wanted you guys to see that because, you know, one thing, okay, they tried to say that was just a family. No, that was that whole village. And these people have never walked upright. Okay? And one thing they also didn't say in this piece is that that this area of Turkey is right near Russia and the Caucasus Mountains. So they didn't stray too far from the Caucasus Mountains, where the Caucasian originated after black people left Africa and immigrated into the Middle East and then on up into the Caucasus Mountains. Okay. See, that's 60 Minutes Australia, not USA. See, they don't want nothing like that to be shown here in the States, as you can see. And that's the reason. Because they want to make you think that you evolved from them or we evolved from apes, which we did not. They are more ape-like than we are. We don't have hair all over our bodies like that, but they do. Why? Because they live in a cold climate and genetically that hair start growing out of their body to cover their bodies to give it some warmth. As well as that nappy hair becoming straight to go down to protect their neck from the cold. You understand? And over the years, over those many years, their phenotype changed. The melanin, because of the cold and the lack of sun, the melanin got, you know, it was genetically disposed. That's how you can't how the Caucasian came to be. But we black folk, we've been on this planet for millions of years. But see, they never teach the truth in K through 12 school, nor do they teach it in post-secondary school, in college, in universities. You see how they do? See, I'm about them receipts. You digs? Let me show you guys something that you really need to see. And
high office, we're not challenging white supremacy. We're trying to
I want to show you this.
We think that there's going to be some sort of trickle-down political benefit from us, and it never works. Oh, but if we just keep voting for some Democrat enough times, then something's going to change. But it never does. I guess the old saying is true. You love beating your head against... And Joy Reid doesn't like that because when you start working against...
Hold on for a second. Let me cue this up right. Oh, it's in the beginning. Okay, let me see something here.
Yo.
God damn it.
And see, I love the people out there who are also saying, oh, Roland, you knew this. Which is hilarious. Because for all you, and see, I love the people out there. And see, I love the people out there who are also saying, oh, Roland, you knew this.
I gotta cue this up.
On the black agenda, when you've run 3 black newspapers, you understand black.
It is fucking clown.
Yo, I'm not gonna tell y'all.
Let me hate the way he did this shit.
On the black agenda, when you've run 3 black newspapers, you understand black.
Okay, there we go. All right, let me show you this. I'm not gonna play Roland Martin's silly ass. I'm not gonna play his part, but I will play Angela Rye's part. Okay, you guys need to hear this. See, this is what happens when you as a black surrogate for the Democratic Party, and you're supposed to deliver black votes, and you're not able to be able to do that. This is how you behave when you're scared that you're not going to get any, and when it's possible that the consulting money from the Democratic Party starts drying up. Peep this here.
Agenda.
Yo, I'm not gonna tell y'all this anymore, but I'm just gonna do this for the people who are in the slow section in the back. I'm in the airport, so pardon the noise. I have never said that people whose ancestors arrived in the belly of a slave ship are immigrants. So GTFOH with that nonsense, okay? Stop following trolls. Stop being convinced by bots. I know my history. My dad has worked very hard on establishing an agenda for descendants of United States slaves. I'm not unclear. You're unclear. Stop with the nonsense. I know you want clicks and follows, and I'm doing it right here so you don't get any clicks and follows off of my influence. I'm out, dumbass.
Now, have you ever noticed how these black boot?
That speaks for itself, doesn't it? Doesn't it? See, I'm glad I'm able to do this. I haven't figured out how to do a how you do on screen. You know, you can post stuff on screen and be able to, you know, continue to do the live stream while you're doing it. I haven't figured out how to do that. At some point I will. But until then, we're just going to do it like that manually. Because you still get a chance to see what it is I'm talking about. Brown Sausage, what's up, baby? He said the abominable snowman. The abominable snowman. Look at this. Look at all this old crying and boo-hooing. The fuck out of here. Y'all see that? Somebody looked kind of salty. Y'all see how salty Angela Rye was? I heard she was hood, but I didn't know she was that hood. Sad, man. Such nastiness. As Morris Day used to say, such nastiness. Such nastiness. See, you have to understand something, guys. Just like I posted on my hashtag Black Reparations 2020 and you know, no to I posted them hashtags and some folks got bent out of shape. Okay. And that's the point. That's the reason why I did that. See, you have to understand something. See, Roland Martin and Angela Rye, all of them, all of these, the Melissa Paris Harris, Perry Ellis Harris Perry or whatever the fuck her name was, the one that was on MSNBC, the light-skinned chick. She's a feminist, hardcore feminist. See, all of these people, see, the Democratic Party hires these people to do their bidding for them because the white supremacist hierarchy in the Democratic Party, they ain't man or woman enough to do the shit themselves. So what they do, they send out their minions, their shills, like Roland, Bedeep Martin and Angela Rye. They send them out. They pay them consulting fees for them to say, okay, you guys need to deliver black votes for this coming election. And when they are incapable of doing so, they get fired, like Roland did. Roland's been fired from CNN. He's been fired from TV One. How the hell? I'm damn nigga. I might damn near go Friday today. Boy, you get fired on your day off? How you gonna get fired from a black network? How do you pull that off, bro? Damn, Fred. How you get fired from a black station? Come on, player. You must really suck. You must really suck. Yeah, Angela Rye, she should have been, you know, been quick and got her a husband and went ahead and had her some kids instead of running around here trying to, trying to mob for Hillary and them, because that's really all she doing. That's all they all are doing. If it ain't Hillary, Joe Biden, he trying to bide his time a little bit. No pun intended. But Joe Biden's gonna jump his happy ass in there. And it's a total waste of time. Because black folks are the black vote is so splintered right now that the Democrats are in trouble, and they know they're in trouble. And that's why Roland is talking the shit that he's talking. Angela Rye is talking the shit that she's talking. All these people are talking shit because they know the jig is up. Black folks are not going to sit up there and just hand free votes over like we did with Obama's ass. And then at the end of 8 years, we get nothing. Or we get parables. Well, rising tides lift all boats. That's what we get for 8 years of Obama being in the office, being in the White House. But yet, the LGBT community and the immigrant community got tangibles. Where's our tangibles? Huh? Where's our damn tangibles? See, this time around, things are different. And the funny thing about it is that you got a handful of people on YouTube that threw a monkey wrench into Kamala Harris's situation. Because they thought, well, she's an AKA. She's half black, maybe. She's she's a Democrat, and black women will identify with her. Plus, they like the fact that she got a white zaddy for a husband. And all that shit backfire because only the mammies who are middle-aged, we talking about black women 40 and up, the only women who are willing to vote, if there was an election today and Kamala Harris was facing Donald Trump would kick her dead in her ass. And they know it. First of all, he's an incumbent. And most people, whether they're independent, Democrat, or Republican, based on the research, people are hesitant to change presidents. That's a known fact. So all Trump is trying to do is energize his base. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't need the upper middle class, upper class, and up socioeconomic class Caucasians. He don't need their vote. As long as he got the deplorable vote, that's all that matters. That's it. He got 32 to 37% of college-educated white males and white females. Okay? So a little bit more than a third upper middle class and up Caucasians voted for him. And you know what they were voting? They were voting race first. While that 98% of black women that voted for Hillary was voting sex first. You guys were voting womanhood first instead of voting race first. See, black people don't understand the real deal, Holyfield, when it comes to politics in this country. You don't understand how to play the game to win. You purposely play the game to lose. And I'm not saying all of us jumping all over. I mean, not us, because I ain't no Democrat or Republican. You all of you Democrats can jump over here to the Republican side if you want to. It still ain't going to change nothing because we know the Republicans ain't going to do shit for us anyway. We know they ain't going to do shit, but at least they say they ain't going to do nothing. Whereas the Democrats sit up there and talk that shit. They engage in talking of the shit. And then at the end of the day, all we get is a pat on the head. and empty promises. And we got to get off of that shit. We have to get off of it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, these young blacks under 40, these young brothers and sisters, they're voting for Trump. If you don't believe me, look on Facebook. I've seen, I don't know how many pictures of black men and women with MAGA hats on. That ought to scare the shit out of you. That's what happens when your party doesn't do shit for your people and your children see you as a coon, a mammy, a Sambo, and just a person who ain't doing shit, who ain't leaving shit for them. And they like, well, shit, if that's we better off with Trump in the office. See, you have to understand something. Black entrepreneurs love Trump. We love Trump. We love him because we know as long as he's in there, he's going to be chopping down that tree of feminism because Roe v. Wade is coming, ladies. All y'all that love to get them abortions, using abortions as birth control, Roe v. Wade it's going to get got in Trump's second term. Oh, it's going to get got. See, Pence, you have to understand, yeah, Trump is the president, but Pence is behind a lot of these policies. He's the experienced politician. And if you think getting Trump out of there, talking about impeach Trump, first of all, you need what, 2/3 of the Senate? That ain't gonna never happen, dog. That ain't gonna never happen. You got Democrats who will not go for that, who will vote no for impeachment. So all of you guys who live in states where you got Democratic senators, I guarantee some of y'all's senators are going to be voting no to impeach Trump because it's embarrassing. It was embarrassing when it happened to Nixon. And they were way more impartial back then. So I can assure you that Trump ain't going nowhere. Even with you have to understand, black folks, let me tell you something. You have to understand, Trump walked into the White House with major scandals. What makes you think that just because of the special prosecutor Mueller and all that old yin yang and this, that, and the other that's going on that he got popping? Do you really think that shit's gonna make any difference? Hell, they found out Bill Clinton lied. Did he get impeached? No. So stop acting like children and play this game like a man and a woman supposed to. Don't leave shit to chance. So while you sitting up there listening to all these surrogates and people like lying ass Pelosi, you listening to all them kind of people, at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about us. And neither does Cory Booker with his little suspect ass. I ain't never seen him with a woman. I guarantee he's a homo. Not that there's anything wrong with being a homo, but I guarantee he's a homo. And they clowning his ass. They was clowning him on the Breakfast Club. And one thing about Cory Booker is weak. He is a weak black man. He's weak. We don't need another Obama. I don't give a damn how well-spoken you are. I have no respect for weak black men. I have no respect for weak black men who cannot stand up to white supremacy. And while you sitting up there fantasizing, while you sitting there fantasizing about Kamala Harris being president, again, you need to go back and look at her record, because she locked up a whole lot of black women when she was district attorney for truancy. A lot of black kids weren't going to school. What did she do? She locked up their parents. So all you black women running around here thinking that Kamala Harris is your friend because she was fake dancing to Cardi B. No, damn good and well she don't listen to no Cardi B. Up there trying to dance looking like she was about to have a stroke. It was so painful to look at. They think we fools, man. The Democratic Party thinks we fools. They talk to the LGBT community like they got some sense. They talk to the immigration, the illegal immigrants community. They talk to them like they got some sense. But when they get ready to talk to us, here they go. Here we get Al Green songs. We get bad renditions of Al Green songs. We get candidates talking about their playlist that they play at the barbecue. That's nigga shit. I'm insulted when you talk to me like that. I'm insulted. That's the equivalent. Let me say this here, man. The way the Democratic Party talks to black folks, deals with black folks, is the way we deal with a retarded relative. That relative who's, 30 years old and he's wearing a cowboy helmet that doesn't fit. He's got a Dallas Cowboy helmet on, and he's wearing cowboy boots and shorts. You know how you talk to that relative? That's the way the Democratic Party talks to us. They talk to us like we're retarded. That right there you ought to be offended that they would pull that shit with Kamala Harris. You ought to be offended. But a lot of you ain't offended because in your mind, you would rather vote for Kamala Harris and get nothing, get less than nothing, and then sit around and complain than to listen to people like me who are giving you facts because you're too lazy to do it. Everybody's got a smartphone. Don't tell me you can't grab your phone and look up Senator Kamala Harris's record as Attorney General of California and of County of San Francisco District Attorney. All of it'll pop up for you. The LA Times didn't have nothing glowing to say about her. The New York Times didn't have nothing glowing to say about her ass. That ought to tell you something right there. That something is wrong with this woman. She is severely flawed. Maybe not in the same vein as President Trump, but she got major character issues. We already knew what time it was with Trump. We already knew what we was getting. Don't act like you didn't know. You knew exactly what you was getting with Trump. But every time they put a Democrat up there, there's this ambiguity that a lot of you Negroes pretend that you don't know what you voting for, but as long as they're a Democrat, that's all you care about. And again, we get nothing. Cory Booker is a phony. He is a major phony. And I've talked to a couple of people on my live stream who said they from Newark, and they said when he was mayor of Newark, he didn't do shit. He didn't do a goddamn thing. We got to look, black folks, you might not get this opportunity again. We got the Democratic Party shook. They are scrambling around right now trying to figure out how to shut down people on. Another thing they're trying to pull is saying that anybody saying anything negative about Kamala Harris, they're possibly a bot account, a Russian bot account. So they sitting up here shutting down people's Twitter pages, talking about, oh, well, you a Russian bot. You see the tricks that these motherfuckers got to play? You have to understand something. The United States is sitting on trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of money that's owed to foundational, exceptionally or exceptional black people. Those of us whose ancestors came over here in the hulls of slave ships. I'm not, no disrespect. If you straight from the motherland or you from the Caribbean, no disrespect to you. But let me tell you something. When Washington D.C. when the White House has to cut them, when Congress has to cut them reparations checks, don't have your ass in line. Don't have your ass in line. You ain't got anything coming. You are not a Black American DOS, descendant of slaves. No disrespect to you. Not trying to say I'm more black than you. That's not the argument that I'm putting out there. What I'm saying to you is the reason why I'm telling you they know they're gonna have to come up off some cash is because and I ain't saying this had anything to do with my post on Twitter. By the way, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's the Iceman Show. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the Iceman Show. Okay, that's my handle for that. I posted something on Twitter and I put the hashtag, and I just posted it here on Facebook. Hashtag Black Reparations 2020. I don't think it had anything to do with me because that tweet didn't go viral. 2 days later, here comes some Caucasian woman posting something, a live stream. Somebody posted something on Facebook, on my other Facebook page, saying this woman, they was interviewing this woman. Apparently she's some New York Times best-selling author. I don't know what book she's written. I don't know and don't care. She talking about if she runs for president, she's gonna fight for $100 billion in reparations. $100 billion in reparations is like giving each of us a penny. All of us who are DOS. Okay? Fuck that. It's more like trillions. And here's our black. Let me put this out. Let me turn this thing off real quick. I'll be right back. Keep it locked right here. The Iceman Show podcast. By the way, YouTube. What's up? What's up with the donations, man? What's up, homies? I see my man Timmy Diamond's the only one that broke me off. Come on, man. Oh, we got one other person. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, guys. Come on. Come on, let's get this popping. I'm just asking for a $5 donation. Come on, players. Let's get it cracking. Keep it like right here. The Iceman Show podcast. What up, Monster 86, man? What's happening with you? Remember, guys, you can also donate via the Cash App. So that's a real easy way to get it cracking. I don't know why this thing keep tripping. I don't know if there's something wrong with my Wi-Fi or what. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, shit. No. Fuck. Oh, man, come on. This bullshit. He said like Lil Daryl. Exactly. Lil Daryl. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my phone, man. You know, if people spent so much time posing and posing and shaking their ass, showing their ass and posing and putting their butt up in the air, you know, if black folks spent the kind of time they spend on social media, sticking their ass off for everybody to see, we'd be in way better situation than we are today. We would be. We would be in way better shape than we are if people put the same effort as they do poking their butt out on Facebook and other social media platforms and putting on blonde wigs and shit. That shit is ridiculous. But that's what black folk, that's what children do. That's what children do. Children avoid responsibility. But we are coming to a time in history where we can't avoid the obvious. We can't avoid it this time around. Black folks are angry that they didn't get shit out of Obama's ass. And because Trump is squeezing the throats of middle-class Americans, as well as working-class Americans and impoverished Americans. But they know they can't challenge him because they know what to expect from a Republican president. They know they're going to get fucked. They know they're getting fucked by him. And they know they're going to get it with no Vaseline and no KY. But the problem that you ought to have with the Democratic Party is that they're going to fuck you. They're just going to use KY. But they're going to fuck you just the same. Now, whatever your frame of mind is, after they get through slipping the pipe to you, I think your frame of mind should be the same, whether it's with KY or without. You ought to feel the same kind of way up here. You ought to feel like, damn, I just got fucked. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't get anything out of it. I bet it was better for him than it was for me. That's your mentality. So when these ass wipes come around huckabucking and doing the dab and all this other silly ass shit that they do in front of black folks instead of giving us tangibles, you better get up and tell them to go to hell. Because it's late in the day. America owes blacks. They owe us. And don't let none of these other races tell you different. They owe us. If it wasn't for the blood, sweat, and tears that black people poured on this land before and after the Mayflower, if it wasn't for us, this country wouldn't be here. I wish I would have some Mexican or some Puerto Rican or somebody coming up here talking about, wait, they talking about giving y'all reparations. They ought to give us reparations too. For what? The only reason why your sorry ass is even over here is because of those black folks that put their lives on the line, getting them water hoses shot on them. Our black leaders who we love getting murdered. And then you wash your little happy ass in here crossing the Rio Grande, getting more benefits out this country than we do. And we've been here from day one. So the passion and the anger that you see coming from my voice and the effect on my face is justified. I'm a combat vet. I spill blood, sweat, and tears for this goddamn country. I got a different relationship than you do. You need your ass kicked. Not asking for tangibles. Fuck, I don't want to hear no more Al Green songs. I got an iPad with 10 Al Green songs on it. I don't need Obama to sing that weak ass shit. Nigga, cut me a check. The problem with us is you don't seem to have the same passion I do. You want to sit up here and get tangibles by way of proxy through a Democratic presidential candidate. And if you start counting from 45 all the way back to the first president, ain't none of them motherfuckers done shit for us. Including JFK and LBJ. They didn't do shit. It's because of Kennedy and Johnson that we have these benign neglect policies that are still in effect in 2019. The best we can get is billions of dollars in welfare. That's why black women love the Democrats so much. And that's why Pelosi and the Clintons and Obama, they were so happy to give you Obama phones. They were so happy to load your EBT card up with thousands of dollars in nigger trinkets. Only to have Trump come behind him and take all that shit away. Yes, they're going back to the rock hard peanut butter days. They're going back to the powdered milk days. They're going back to the government cheese days. Yes, they are. They're going back to that. Okay? They need to go back to the goddamn food stamps. Because that shit was embarrassing. See, that EBT card in some states, they even got a Visa logo on it or a MasterCard logo on it. So it don't look like, it looks like a regular debit card. But if you're behind one of these ass wipes in line and they're at the cashier and the cashier don't know what the fuck they doing, that's when they get exposed. Because be looking like, why is this shit taking so long? Be like, I'm sorry, guys. This is my first time doing an EBT. And then the old sorry bitch that's standing there, what you holding your head down for, bitch? You wasn't holding your head down when you had your legs parted, having all them illegitimate goddamn kids with Pookie, Ray Ray, and Manny, and Little Puppet, and Baby Joker. You wasn't ashamed then, bitch. Fuck out of here. The day has come when we need to stop marching, we need to stop protesting, and we need to say, okay, Democratic Party, you better bring us a candidate. We're gonna give you a month. Bring us a candidate we can get behind. Better be some reparations on the table. And there's gonna be multiple forms of reparations. We're not talking about cutting everybody a check, because that would be the dumbest shit to do. Because all these niggas are gonna do is make the rim shop rich. Niggas will be walking around with dogs with $500 sunglasses on their dogs. Niggas will be walking around with dookie chains that cost they gonna come straight from Jacob the jeweler with some shit for them and they dog. There's gonna be Escalades all in front of the projects. That's nigga shit. That's why that money needs to be put in the hands of black responsible nonprofit owners who can allocate these resources in a responsible manner. Because if you give the average black person some money like that, they're gonna fuck it off. The lottery, the state lottery would get all the money. The weed man would get all the money. The crack man will get all the money. All that money will be going to the Mexican cartel by way of niggas. The first order of business on land, on reparations will be land allocation. What do we mean by land allocation? We mean we want land. We want a stretch of land that is fertile, that is a land that we can use for farming, urban development, economic development. Okay. Now I know what you're thinking. Yo, frat, where's this land at? Oh, it's plenty of land. There's plenty of land in Georgia. There's plenty of land in South Carolina. Those states like that, they got a very low population. Give us 3 million acres. We'll do something with it. We'll flip that shit. We don't want no more welfare. But we also want development dollars. So we can develop. Don't just give us some land and then say, here, niggas, And with no money to buy no wood and no concrete or nothing. We just niggas stand out there in the middle of nowhere. What we gonna do now? Like we did right after slavery. So we need land allocation. We don't want to be around Charlie. We don't want to be around Miss O'Fay. We want our own shit. Now, I know a lot of black folks ain't gonna want to hear this, but I'm gonna say this to you anyway. There's a whole lot of land north of where I am. Oh, there's a whole lot of forest up here in northern Washington. Ain't nobody out there. There's a whole lot of land in Montana. Now, I know what you're thinking. Man, I don't be no goddamn Montana. Well, you stay your ass in Southside Chicago and get shot at every night then. Dumb niggas. Fuck out of here. That's why you don't give money to every black person, because some niggas is just gonna be mad niggerish. And they gonna make us look stupid. There'll be niggas walking out of the rims, walking out of the rim shop with rims, and they ain't even got no car. Man, I'm gonna get this for when I go ahead and get my ride, man. Okay? So the first thing is land allocation. Even though we got 320 plus million people in this country, there's still land, undeveloped land in this country. It may not be in ideal places, people, but states like Texas has a lot of land that ain't nobody using. Louisiana, a lot of land in the South, in the Southeast. There's a lot of land in the Midwest that ain't nobody dealing with. And again, just like I said, there's a lot of land up here in Wyoming, Montana, and up here in Washington, north of Seattle. It ain't ideal, but it's better than it'll be your own. You understand me? Now you go back to the hood if you want to. Some niggas, that's all they know. That's all they want to know. They just want to be a nigga. They want to get treated like a nigga and then be complaining about it. But there are those of us who don't want to be treated like niggas. And we getting tired of getting treated like niggas. So that's the first thing, land allocation. The second thing is economic development money, which covers business development. No, excuse me, that actually it doesn't. And I already talked about you're going to need you'll need economic development to develop the land. The third thing we need, or we have to have, is, damn, I just thought of it and I just forgot about it. Business development. Why business development? Because look at there's people like me, there's brothers and sisters out here like me who are small business owners. Okay? Can't get a goddamn SBA loan because 1.9% of the $25 billion they give out every year goes to us. And it probably goes to black folks who barely got any black in black genes at all. You know, if you're a white female, you're considered a minority. Let me stop for a second. Look at all the programs that were supposed to be set aside for blacks. Let's talk about affirmative action for a second. Now, during the Nixon administration, they came up with affirmative action. Affirmative action was supposed to level the playing field for us due to almost 500 years of apartheid white supremacy. and Jim Crow. Guess in 50 years later, who is the group that who have most benefited from affirmative action? Caucasian women. Caucasian women are considered minorities. Just like I said a few minutes ago, they have gotten all the set-asides that were meant for us. You see how they play us? That's why we always getting played, because we don't get anything in writing that says this is for Black DOS Americans. We let somebody sing a couple songs. Maybe they invite Gladys Knight to sing a couple of songs at some rally, at some town hall, and we just like, oh, I could just go home now. Shoot. They let Gladys Knight sing. You got a lot of niggas out here that think like that. Y'all be laughing, but let me tell you something. You got a lot of black folks that think like that. While you sitting there laughing, there's 10 other black people who think just like that. They don't care if they get anything tangible. They just want a pat on the head and acceptance from white zaddy and white mommy. That's all they want. They don't want no money. They don't want no tax breaks. They don't want no business development money. They don't want no economic development money. All they want is acknowledgement from white zaddy and white mommy. Okay, nigger, I see you. Most of y'all want acceptance. You don't want anything else. That's enough for you. That ain't enough for me. That ain't enough for me, dog. Thank God there's a whole bunch of black men and women out here who think the same way I do. You may not think that way because you're a coward, but we ain't cowards. We are willing to fight for what we want. And when I mean fight, I ain't talking about talking shit. You ain't willing to throw up. You ain't ready to bring the smoke. You ain't ready to put them hands up. You gonna go to work tomorrow and you gonna kiss that ass, that white ass, that pale asshole, and you gonna mumble under your breath how much you hate it, but you gonna sit right there and do your goddamn job. And hope that the Democratic Party puts a Democratic candidate in front of you that you can half-ass feel comfortable about voting for. And then right after you vote for his or her ass, you get nothing. Just like they always do. They don't even promise us anything. They just say, oh, well, you know, Dr. King fought for civil rights. They'll mention Dr. King. They'll mention a couple of other civil rights leaders. And then they'll turn around and won't give you shit. And you're happy with that. Well, I'm sorry. I ain't happy with that. I want something I can fold up, goddammit. Long time coming. So business development, we need SBA loan. They gave them Asians, they gave the Vietnamese, they gave the South Koreans when they brought them over here to circumvent the black labor force. They brought them over. You know what they did for them? They gave them free loans, interest-free loans. And then they stuck their asses in our neighborhood, couldn't even speak English. And they got rich off of us. And they continue to get rich off of us. Oh, you silly niggas going out there going to see crazy rich Asians. I say, yeah, the only reason why they're crazy rich is because of nigga money. Shit, the Koreans alone in Los Angeles make up over $1 billion a year off of black people. $1 billion. Everybody is eating off the black man except for the black man. Is what I'm saying to you that radical? Or is it common sense? Everybody's eating off you, black man. Everybody. Now you got these chonga-chong motherfuckers going over there to China. I mean, the Chinese going over there to Africa trying to rape Africa. You have to stop these people in their tracks. And you have to stop giving them your money. Getting sick and tired of everybody getting rich off of us. I don't care what city you go to, whether it's Oklahoma City, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, LA, all you see is fat ass, Sambo, mammy looking fat ass black women marching they stinking asses up in them Asian owned beauty salons and beauty supplies, buying that bullshit. You can't even put food on the table. You can't even pay your rent. White Zaddy is paying your goddamn rent. And you taking your TANF money and you going to the Asian place to buy you some bundles of fucking synthetic goddamn hair with your hair hat wearing ass. And then when the Asian man and his woman and his children commits to beating your ass and beating the brakes off your fat ass, now you up there talking about black men won't support us, black men don't protect us. Yeah, you a traitor. I ain't putting my life on the line for no goddamn traitor. Fuck you. I hope they mop your ass all over the goddamn fucking ground and on floor, wherever they mopping your ass. And I'm just going to be sitting there right just like this with my phone talking about World Star. You ain't going to get him up off of me? Nope. That motherfucker ain't going to cut me. But I'm going to keep on filming them shits, though. If you need me to send you a link to this shit on YouTube so you go tell the cops if you know you ain't going to go tell the cops. Fuck out of here. So we need business development. Give us them free goddamn loans that you give them goddamn Asians. So they can get rich, crazy rich off of nigga money. I can't, you got niggas out here won't even donate $5 fucking. But they'll go down there to some Asian goddamn place and give that motherfucker their money. And he treats your ass like shit, throwing your money at you and shit. Y'all niggas put up with that shit. You volunteer to get treated like dog shit. But then you come on Facebook telling, I don't like what this nigga's saying. Go somewhere else, dog. You ain't got to sit here and listen to me. Take your motherfucking ass somewhere else. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. You can unfriend me just like y'all always do. And I'll be right back at 5,000 motherfuckers on my dick. You digs? The next thing after business development, we need tax breaks. We need personal tax breaks and commercial tax breaks. Why? Because the 36% of black people live below the poverty line. We're talking about federal guidelines. Another third are hovering right over federal guidelines for being impoverished. Did y'all know that? So that only means that there's little less than a third of black folks in this country who are either solid straight across the middle class and up. That ain't a whole lot of people. So you see, don't listen to people like Karen Hunter who sit on Sirius XM and lie. Talk about black people ain't poor. 36% of us are poor. The other 33 and a third percent are hovering over poverty. Bitch, what the fuck you talking about? That don't sound like we balling. So we need personal income tax breaks at the federal level. Hopefully the states will want to kick in too. But the federal level, we need to get a personal tax break. And I'm talking about from the sister that makes, works, makes $15,000 a year working at Burger King, all the way up to somebody that's worth somebody like Bill Cosby that's worth $400 million. Personal tax breaks. Okay. Commercial tax breaks for businesses. Now that will probably not be sliding scale. And let me tell you why. The people who should get the biggest tax break are the small businesses. It should start down. Okay? Small business tax breaks. Say you're a black man or a black woman that owns a medium-sized business where you employ 300 people. You shouldn't be getting the same tax break that somebody that got 5 employees got. That ain't fair. So tax breaks, personal income tax and commercial income tax breaks. I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here because I was gonna say money for education, but I'm not gonna do that because economic development, that money can come out of there. We need our own school systems. Brothers and sisters, we cannot continue. If you got your kids going to school at these school districts that are managed and controlled by white supremacists, don't be surprised if your kids are deficient in a lot of areas. Because homework, let me tell you something, bogging your kids down with a bunch of homework don't make your kids smart. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I got 2 master's degrees. But when I graduated from high school, I was damn near illiterate. Not like, Lil Daryl. Not like, Ray Ray and Pookie illiterate. But I wasn't far above that. Because when I went to college, my grades were horrible because I wasn't disciplined. It wasn't that I wasn't smart. I wasn't disciplined. My dorm room was party central. Everybody came to my dorm room to get drunk and talk shit and play spades and Uno. Or they came to my room because I was in there cooking. I got a hot plate from my brother, and I used to be in there cooking. I didn't do nothing but party and mess around with women. That's all I did. And it took me, bombing out my freshman year of college to get me straight. So my sophomore year, my grades was like 3.4, 3.5. But I had to go to another I had to go to another college. I couldn't go to that university. I had to go to another school and then transfer back over there, which I never did. I ended up, graduating from a university in Michigan. But look, man, these people we allow our enemies to educate our children, and you wonder why we got so many brothers and sisters graduating from school and they don't know a goddamn thing. That's our fault. We should have been educating our own goddamn children like we used to, because we were coming out way better than we are now. We got all these we got all these so-called resources in the public school system, and yet we got all these dumb niggas graduating from college, from high school, or just dropping out. And somehow, some way, we're still right behind Caucasians in our graduation rates. And way behind us is Latinos, and then way behind them is Native Americans. Okay? That's why a lot of these, that's why a lot of these especially Central Americans and the Mexicans so jealous of black folks, because they know we doing better than their stanking asses. So I'm gonna stop at tax breaks, but that's a start. You want to talk about reparations? That's a start. Land allocation, economic development, business development, and tax breaks. That probably covers all of them. But you can't just haul off and start cutting checks to a bunch of ex-slaves, because that's exactly how we behave. You have to understand something. The American black person is a product, not a human being. And we all behave based on a behavioral model that has been set forth 400 years ago. They know exactly. See, that's how they always know how to play black men and black women when they get a little cash. And then we end up giving them right back the money. White women ain't interested in black men, but as soon as you start dribbling that ball down the court and slam dunking and getting them checks and hitting them baseballs out the diamond and running for touchdowns, here these bitches go. Next thing you know, you marrying a Becky. But if you was working at the school district as a custodian making $15 an hour, the bitch wouldn't even be checking for you. And the same thing for you, black woman. So we got to get our shit together. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody not too long ago. We were talking about the LGBT community. And somebody was saying, well, how is it they got gay marriage and they got all this shit, and here we are sitting up here, we ain't got shit. Let me tell you what they did. They got serious and they start raising money. They raised millions and millions and millions of dollars. Then they went and got ballot initiatives. And then when the state didn't want to recognize that, they took those millions and they fought that shit in court until it got all the way up to the Supreme Court, and they ended up getting gay marriage. That's how real gangsters get down. While you sitting here talking about woe is me, why don't you do it out of the kindness of your heart? They out there putting in work. That's why we end up getting people like Clinton. That's why we get people like Obama getting stuck in front of us, because they know we act like children. We don't demand anything. We don't have a problem as long as white daddy and white mommy is patting us on the head and say, you being a good nigga now. That's all a lot of you guys want. You just want recognition from Caucasian people. You don't necessarily want any tangibles. As long as you can have your little bullshit job working down there at the county or working down there at the city or working for the state or federal government, that's all you care about. Especially if you're a black woman, that's all you care about. You don't give a fuck about the rest of us. All you want is your nigga crumbs. Long as you can get your child support check every month and you got your little bullshit ass federal job, that's all you care about. But Trump's gonna get rid of your black ass. Because from what I've been hearing on the streets, he's cutting federal jobs next. So all you niggas sitting up on your dead ass making 60, 70, 80,000 a year, you think that job is gonna be there for you? Well, you just saw with this shutdown, your ass didn't get paid. See, Trump is making real black folks get up off their dead ass and get serious, while the rest of y'all is sitting around waiting for a Democratic candidate to hand you some shit. Let me tell you something. If somebody else has to come by your house and feed you, do you really think they're going to feed you as good as they feed themselves? I'll wait. See, that's the situation you're in right now. You want these Caucasian people to take care of you at the same level that they take care of each other, while you sit there and do nothing but beg for a job. American blacks are a product, not a human being. That's how they see you. You're a product. That's how they always know how to play your ass. When I used to go to car dealerships, when I was a lot younger, to go look at cars, the first thing that they would always show me is the biggest SUV on the lot or the sports car on the lot. And I'm looking at this motherfucker like, man, I got a family. Why are you showing me cars that only got 2 seats in them? You fucking idiot. Well, you want to test drive this? No. But that's how they see black men. You're a fucking idiot to them. This motherfucker assumes just because I'm a black man that I'm so fucking stupid. I got a family, but I'm gonna sit up there and be a selfish motherfucker and go buy a sports car. That's how they view you, black man and black woman. They ain't got no respect for us because we ain't got no self-respect. Let me tell you something. The type of shit that black people tolerate, white folks wouldn't tolerate that shit for 30 seconds. They wouldn't tolerate that shit for 30 seconds. They wouldn't. And they'll tell you they wouldn't before the guns come out. A white man would rather shoot you in the fucking head and let you know I want my liberty or give me fucking death while you sitting up there on your fucking living on your knees. Here we go with another presidential election coming up in less than 2 years, and you still got black folks living on their goddamn knees. But you want to point the fingers at people like me and say, oh, you a troublemaker. You making it, you putting heat on us. That stupid slave nigga mentality is why we're in the condition we're in today, where everybody else is getting broke off tangibles and we ain't getting shit but Al Green songs. That's why as soon as you start talking about Obama, niggas are ready to fight. I've had I don't know how many black folks on this Facebook page, damn near, if we were standing in front of each other, we would have come to blows over talking about me criticizing Obama's ass. I ain't criticizing him as a man. I'm criticizing his presidency. Anybody that has anything negative to say about Obama, niggas are ready to fight. But yet you ain't willing to fight, use that same energy to fight for tangibles for your goddamn group. Use that passion and that anger toward these motherfuckers and getting your fucking resources instead of directing at another powerless person. They love to play us. It's easy to play black folks because you a starving, hungry motherfucker. You got 4 damn near 500 years of hunger. And they know you hungry. That's why they fix it to where all you can get, all you can do if you really want to make money is either play sports, be a dumbass athlete, or sell drugs. Because you ain't going to make no money doing nothing else. You ain't going to make no money doing nothing else, not without not without offering your soul. Now, some of y'all niggas, you ain't got no self, you ain't got no dignity. Some of you niggas ain't got no dignity. You willing to sell out for $1. That's just your mentality. See, I ain't willing to sell out for no fucking money. Because at the end of the day, I still got to look at myself in the mirror. And if I don't like what I see, there's going to be problems. Most of you niggas don't care. You don't care. You have no dignity. A lot of you black women, you have no dignity. That's why you have no problem wearing another woman's hair on your head. I don't see nobody else wearing nappy shit on their head. Only seeing your black ass doing that. Because you hate yourself. And you can talk all that, you know, all they do on TV and in the movies is, you know, present the standard, the European standard of beauty. Then why don't you create your own media and so you can prominently display black women's beauty instead of sitting up there selling out all the goddamn time. You got $1.3 trillion at your disposal every goddamn year, and 97% of it you fuck off outside your neighborhood. Hell, you give $11.9 billion to these black no good churches. What are they doing for us? Less than nothing. Oh, we about to get real tonight. Hey guys, hey, you too. Come on, man. We're not representing. Come on, man. Come on, guys. You got 3 people donate. What's going on? What's cracking? What's good? You can donate at asktheiceman.com, or you can donate at the you can donate through the Cash App. Let's go, man. The time has come. We can't hide no more like we did 10 years ago when Obama ran his ass through here. Can't do that. We are exposed at this point. We got white police out here killing us. We got white citizens out here killing us. It ain't going to get no easier. It's going to get worse. Is more, the longer we cut and run like cowards, the more they're going to keep doing it. It ain't going to get no easier. You're either going to have to stand and fight or continue to live on your knees. I ain't never lived on my knees, and I'm not going to start. I'm too old to live on my knees. Now, a lot of you guys don't mind living on your knees because you don't know anything else. I had people in my house when I was growing up tried to get me to live on my goddamn knees. I ain't never lived on my knees. Ask around. Even when I was in the Air Force, I didn't live on my knees. We got to be for real. The time has come for black folks to get off their knees. Time has come, player. We can't front no more, dog. We can't play no more. Because they going to continue to step it up and being disrespectful to us. Every time the Oscars come around, we get snubbed. Every time the Grammys come around, we get snubbed. Why? Because they know you ain't gonna do shit about it. Oh, you'll complain on Twitter. Oh, you'll complain on Facebook. You'll complain on YouTube. Oscar so white. But you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do nothing. And the first thing they say is, let them niggers complain. Oh, you know how they do. They'll complain for a little while. Then they go right, but they'll twerk in the streets. They'll be twerking in the streets. They'll be out here drinking, smoking weed. They'll be right back at home. It'll be back to business. Business as usual. And as long as we keep letting that shit happen, it's gonna be the way it is, man. So if you don't like shit the way it is, you better tell the Democratic Party. You better tell Kamala Harris and Senator Cory Hooker to take their asses back home, because we ain't got no love for them. The problem with a lot of y'all niggas is you're impressed with Kamala Harris. You're impressed with Cory Hooker. You're impressed. I'm not. I'm underwhelmed. Because Cory Booker is a phony and a fraud and a weak-ass black man who is probably, probably a closet homosexual, which presents a whole set of problems as far as I'm concerned. See, brothers, let me explain something to you. You should never, ever, ever vote for a female president, because all they gonna do is promote gynocentric feminist policies that have decimated the black family going back 50 years. Nancy Pelosi is a feminist. Kamala Harris is a feminist. Hillary Clinton is a feminist. 98% of black women voted for Hillary stank-ass Clinton. You're talking about a race traitor. 98%. But still, 50-something to 60% of black men voted for that woman. You talking about living on your knees. I have more respect for somebody that votes for Trump, a black person that votes for Trump, than I do somebody that votes for fucking Hillary Clinton. 18% of the black women in the state of Florida voted for DeSantis, not Gillum. And it was almost the same in the state of Georgia, voting for Stacey J.J. Abrams. See what kind of race traitors we got amongst us? See, getting a black agenda, it's easy to muscle out all of these race traitors like Jamila LaPue and Candace Owens and Paris Denard, Jesse, whatever his name is, Jesse Peterson. See, it's easy to identify your Sambos and Coons when they're prominently displayed. It's you closet Sambos, Coons, and Negro bedwenches and mammies. You're dangerous because you might not say anything in public, but you'll take your ass over there to that voting booth and vote for anybody as long as they're a Democrat. No matter what their politics is, you vote for them. The race traitors have to go. You know, when Haiti got their independence, the first people they killed were the Sambos, the Coons, the Mammies, and the bedwenches. Those are the first people they killed. And after they killed all of them, then they got with them Frenchies. And they beat Napoleon's army. Okay? With sticks and rocks and capoeira. African martial arts. That's where that shit come from. When I went down to Brazil, you see them black brothers down there doing that capoeira, but they do it to music. They had to do that because they didn't want the Portuguese to know what the fuck they were doing. But they brought that over from Africa and it made its way all the way to Asia. Study your history, black man. I expect these black women to not do nothing, but you have no excuse. I don't care who the Democratic Party presents to us. It's a waste of our time because none of them, and I do mean none of them, are going to answer to your economic needs. They're not going to answer any of them. And you're going to continue to be hungry for another 400 years if this country lasts that long. Because case you were wondering, this country is going broke because they keep lowering the tax rate here. If you're lowering the tax rate and the taxes is the main source of income for the government, what you think gonna happen to the country? The Chinese are already buying up all our commercial real estate. They're buying I don't know how much real estate in California. You can't run a country with foreign countries coming in here buying up all your debt and buying up all your prime real estate. They ain't going to Oregon buying shit. You can't control something when somebody from another country owns your goddamn apartment building. How you gonna run something? Black folks have gotten by thus far bullshit. We've gotten this far bullshit. Let me tell you something. Have you ever driven on one of these interstate highways, or one of these state highways, or even one of these generic federal highways? Have you ever driven on a highway and then then maybe they're working on the road beyond the sign? They say, must exit right here, and they got a bunch of signs up there saying danger, stop, because maybe there's a bridge out. Or they're still paving the roads. That's where you are. You at the fork in the road, dog. You can't go nowhere. So let me tell you something. You get all these young brothers, they be on Facebook, my other Facebook page, talking about, oh man, I gotta go over here to Dominican Republic. Oh man, I gotta go over here to Brazil, because I be posting all these pictures of me with women that I was messing around with when I was in Brazil, when I was in different countries around Central America, and guys will see these pictures and be like, man, what you find all these women? I said, well, they damn sure ain't over here. Although I do have pictures of me and American women posted on my page. I got some of them on this page, but not that many. There's a whole lot of pictures I ain't posted because some of them women ain't got no clothes on. As soon as I post them pictures up, they'll be flat. I guarantee these black women will be going to Facebook brass on me, flagging my pics. Somebody flagged my pics on my other page, and them women wasn't even naked; they just had thongs on. Talking about this is inappropriate. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. Black people overwhelmingly support Facebook, and yet Facebook is racist as fuck. They put me in Facebook jail for 30 days for telling the truth over some old bullshit. YouTube has people, assholes, hating ass assholes on YouTube have flagged video. I used to get flagged all the time back in 2011, 2012. I damn near lost the channel that I got right now, the Mad Voodoo Man. I almost lost that goddamn channel. I got flagged so many times. And guess who was reporting me? White supremacist males and black women. Anytime I say anything about black women, here I go getting flagged. Because if you think I'm raw and uncut right now, nigga, back then, nigga, I had nothing but flame coming out my mouth. Back then, I didn't hold shit back. I didn't hold anything back. My YouTube people, especially like some of you OGs that been rolling with me for the whole 9 years, shit. Nigga, I used to be spitting. I used to do 2 or 3 videos a day. I just ain't got the energy for that shit no more, man. I done got old. I'm older now. I just ain't got the energy, man. I got too much shit popping off. Plus, I got businesses to run. Time to be fucking around on YouTube. Not for free. But we can't afford no more Joe Bidens and Obamas and Cory Bookers and Kamala Harris's. We can't afford these people no more, man. Look, some of us are in our 50s and 60s. How much more time you think we got? How much time we got, black man? How much time you got? said 1 in, 1 in 15 or 1 in 20 Americans have no savings. You got people out here making 100,000 a year, ain't got shit in the bank. Soon as it go in, it's as soon as it go out. People ain't making it like they used to. And every time inflation goes down a little bit, here come the Federal Reserve raising interest rates. And you know why they do that, right? To keep your ass poor or broke. I guarantee if people stop applying for commercial and personal loans, that will shut that shit down. That's why I tell people, learn to live on your income. Stop getting credit cards. You should only have one credit card with a high limit. Get a credit card that's accepted everywhere with hotels, auto mechanics, and a credit card is what? For emergencies only. If you are using your credit cards on a daily or weekly basis, that's the reason why you have no savings. The average family of 4 can't even take a weekend, can't even go out of town and get a hotel and eat out for a weekend. That's how bad it is. And the problem is most Americans don't want to admit that these fuckers are ripping us off. People just don't want to admit it, that the Republicans and the Democrats are fucking us. And here's where the crime takes place. You sit there like a dumbass watching these motherfuckers point at each other, blaming each other. And it's all political theater. I remember one time Obama was on TV talking shit to Boehner's ass. And Boehner was talking shit back to him. And then the next day they showed both of them on the golf course playing golf. I said, look at this shit. This is political theater. That's why I'm angry. I get emails from people. I get people to DM me on Facebook. They be like, brother, why you so angry? Motherfucker, I done spilled blood for this goddamn country. The reason why you ain't got no anger is because you ain't spilled no blood, no guts for this goddamn country. So you don't have skin in the game. Or you feel like you don't have skin in the game. I got skin in the game. I got a dog in this goddamn fight. But fighting it through the Democratic Party or the Republican Party is a waste of my fucking time. $1.3 trillion a year. That's disposable income from black folks. And we take 97% of it and make everybody else rich other than us. We make Prada rich. We make Manolo Blahnik rich. We make Vera Wang rich. We make Zales rich. We make K Jewelers rich. Some of y'all are married and you're forced that every goddamn Valentine's Day, you got to go out and buy some goddamn jewelry. Because a K's Jeweler commercial came on while you and your woman was sitting on the couch. You can't even afford that shit, but you got to go buy it anyway. It's that kind of shit is the reason why a lot of you niggas ain't got no money. If you have a woman and you have to buy her stuff all the time to keep her around, nigga, She probably already fucking somebody else anyway. Real talk. If you want to play it to keep it $150. She probably got all her men buying her something. That's why I say, instead of buying something for Valentine's Day, February 14th, what you need to do is wait till February 15th, which is what? Happy Side Piece Day. You better off buying your side piece something than at least she breaking your ass off properly. Your main girl ain't giving you shit. I got a headache. Why can't you just wait till the weekend? Then the weekend come, that bitch get in the bed. You talking about, baby, I thought she was going to give me some. Nah, I'm just going to, my head hurt. I'm tired. My booty hurt too. I don't feel like doing nothing. Or she does give you some, and you just get that old lame ass, you know, she just part her legs like this, and you get her up in there, and 2 minutes later, you, goddamn. Then her ass roll over and go to sleep. Let me tell you something, man. If I had a relationship that was that pathetic, nigga, I'd stay single. I'm serious, man. If my shit was that bad, I know some cats. That shit is that bad. Them niggas can't stand being married. Man, ain't no goddamn way I get married again. I'm serious, man. It's too much pussy out here. There's too much ass out here, man. All you gotta do is stack your chips. Women can smell money. There be young bitches sniffing around. They smell money. They be like, yeah, he got some gray hair, but you know, he in shape. American women, most of 98, 99% of them subscribe to feminism. And you're not going to be able to get much out of a turn up. Okay? You're not. And then once she hit the wall, and you know the wall is undefeated. That's one thing. You know, the Patriots won 6 Super Bowls. But you know what? You know who could beat the Patriots? The wall. Okay? The wall and karma are undefeated. He said Lex Steele. Lex Steele be like, Motherfucker be cracking me the fuck up. Please stop clowning, man. It ain't even worth getting married. When I see somebody getting married, I'm like, nigga, what for? Especially if they got some money. What the fuck you get married for? Oh, man, she's special. So is the rest of these hoes out here. They special too. Don't make no sense, man. The American black man is probably the most shitted on individual in this country, if not the world. We get the least out of women than any other race. We get the least. So we, as a black, if you consider yourself to be a self-respecting black man, you ain't gonna let Kamala Harris and Cory Booker sneak past you. Okay? Get your ass off of Facebook. Get your ass off of social media. Start paying attention. Start doing research. And see, here's the thing, people. If the LGBT community can get gay marriage, we can get reparations. Because I didn't see that LGBT shit coming. But because I was away from California. See, California is where that shit started because there's a lot of rich white male homosexuals in Hollywood that got long money. And you know who was one of the main fundraisers of gay marriage? David Geffen of Geffen Music Group, a fucking billionaire. Okay? Don't shit go down as far as gay politics in California without David Geffen having his finger in the goddamn situation. Anybody that's have ever worked in the entertainment industry knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't nothing get past David Geffen. Who do we have? Huh? We ain't got nothing but a bunch of coons. They either chasing ass and doing stupid shit like what Bill Cosby was doing, or they just a fucking coon. Every year we got some motherfucker in a prominent place putting a KKK outfit on or going blackface. And y'all get caught up on, y'all get upset over that shit. I ain't upset over that Virginia governor going blackface or having that KKK outfit on. That shit don't, that shit, I'm neutral. I could give a fuck because that ain't important. What's important to me is what the Democrats are trying to pull. And while you sitting over there paying attention to that silly ass shit or some motherfucker going blackface or wearing a KKK costume, while you paying attention to that shit, they sliding Cory Booker and Kamala Harris past your ass or some other do-nothing Democrat. That's why Trump ain't worried about getting reelected. Incumbents always do well. Very seldom do incumbents not do well. What happened with George H.W. Bush is a rarity. But he sunk his own ship. But at the same time, as I always have told you guys, presidents are selected, not elected. So no matter what, stop, look, see, here's how you know black women ain't never serious about anything. I'm listening to Karen Hunter's ass. And I'm driving down the street, and this woman is talking about, there's black women calling into her show talking about, well, I like Elizabeth Warren. And it would be great to have Elizabeth Warren and have Kamala Harris on a ticket. First of all, that shit ain't gonna never happen because both of them women are gonna end up dropping out. It's gonna be a white male who's gonna get the nomination because that's the only person who can defeat Donald, who has a chance to defeat Donald Trump. And even he is at a disadvantage. Elizabeth Warren is a big phony. Just like the rest of them. She talks a good game, but don't put nothing to paper. Oh, she'll stand up there and talk about the middle class is shrinking. Oh, she'll say she says all the right things. But when it comes down to putting policy to law, all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, it's gridlock. We can't get anything passed. It's the Democrats, they're blaming the Republicans. And the Republicans, they're blaming the Democrats. Man, if you sit there and listen to that shit and watch that shit on CNN and MSNBC, you're a fucking fool. I don't even waste my time. The only time I sit there and listen to Trump is to listen to the stupid asinine shit that he says because the shit is always good for a chuckle. Okay? It's good for a chuckle. He's going to go down in history as the worst goddamn president ever. He's going to go down in history as the worst any type of president, worst president of PTA, worst president of the UAW. He's the worst president of any type. But the one thing he's getting right is the way is his trade policy. That's the only thing but see, the only problem with trade, you can fix trade, but you won't see the fruits of that. You won't see the fruits of that labor for years. That's not going to be immediate. That's why he keeps pushing this shit about the wall, because he know if he gets that, his base are going to fuck with him another 4 years. If you have to understand something. All of these so-called deplorables that voted for him, they're hurting right now. They're in worse shape than we are. But they'll never admit it, because to them, they vote race first. And you will never get that. You had black people, after Trump won, you had black people sitting up there like, I can't believe this shit happened. I'm just sitting there. I knew he was going to win. Even before the election, I knew he was going to win. Because they really didn't want Hillary in there. Why is that woman even standing her ass, her cankles having ass up there anyway? Your husband was in the White House 8 years. We were sick of y'all then. Then you became a senator. Then you became Secretary of State. Bitch, when you gonna sit your ass down somewhere? You motherfuckers old as fuck. Sit your ass down somewhere. Let somebody else try their hand. You better be on the right side of this one, black man. Like I said, you can't count on these black women for shit. But you better start counting each other in. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the days of black men just trying to compete against each other for bullshit scraps, we're going to have to get off of that, brothers. We don't all have to have to agree on the same things, but we do have to, we have to be on code. We have to have a code of ethics and a code of conduct. That's the only way we're going to survive. Because economically, we are dying. We can't afford another 20 years of benign neglect policy from the Democratic Party. We can't stay. We won't survive, dog. They shut down the government because there's no money for Obama phones. There's no money for lazy ass broads sitting on their dead asses getting $1,000 a month from EBT and Section 8 and getting Section 8 vouchers where they can live anywhere. You got women out here on welfare living better than some of y'all work every day. If you counted up all the benefits that they get, some of these women are getting $6,000, $7,000 a month just sitting on their ass. But along came Trump. When he cut them taxes, I knew the jig was up. Because if you got less revenue coming into the Treasury, where you think they're going to try to find the money? They're going to start cutting social programs. So all of us that work in social services, all of a sudden that grant money ain't going to be there. Even before I relocated from San Antonio, there were nonprofits that depend on federal grant money that was already laying people off soon as Trump got in there. That dude ain't playing. He ain't playing. So all that free flowing tax money and grant money that came out of the Obama administration, them days are over with, dog. The days of getting $1,000 of EBT money to go out and buy food and then another $1,500 from TANF, them days are over with. The welfare hustle is officially done. Because I'm telling you right now, the women are already on Twitter and YouTube getting interviewed. They talking about, yeah, they already sent me a letter. This before the shutdown, getting letters from the Housing Commission. They talking about your Section 8 will end in 60 days. Uncle Ben Carson been busy. Yeah, Uncle Ben been busy. So the free ride is over with. There will be no Trump phones. Because somebody was telling me on one of my live streams, it was like, man, hey, Ice, do you know about them Obama phones? I'm like, what the fuck is an Obama phone? Say, yeah, if you low income, you get a free cell phone. Like, get the fuck out of here. How long do you think the gravy train was going to continue? I'm going to ask that question one more time. How long do y'all think the gravy train for illegal immigrants and mainly Caucasian women and then Hispanic and then Black women on welfare, how long do y'all think that was going to be able to last before we run out of money? Can y'all answer that question for me? How long do you think that would have that was going to last? Huh? Obama phones. Huh? Section 8 vouchers. WIC. EBT. Or SNAP. How long y'all think that was going to last? Who's going to pay for it? The tax revenue ain't there. So who's paying for it? They ain't going to write no IOU. Y'all just don't know, man. Some of y'all are half a paycheck away from sleeping in your cars. Some of y'all are not even a half a paycheck away from the street. You ain't got no money saved up. You're barely paying your mortgage every month. You're barely paying rent every month. You ain't got nothing in savings. How long you think, as just looking at your family, how long you think you can survive like that before a catastrophic event happens in your family and you got to spend money that ain't even there? Before you lose your house or you lose your apartment. I'm not saying that to be funny, ladies and gentlemen. I'm being honest because I've been there. As a married man, I've been there. Been there. But I did my struggling back in the day, 30 years ago, not now. The reason why I'm so passionate about what I talk about on these live streams is because I see people every day that I know haven't been homeless that long. And they're not veterans. They're not combat vets like me who come back from Iraq fucked up. They ain't like me. These are healthy Americans of all races who are out here sleeping in their cars. I see them. I see the same people. Whenever I go to certain parts of the city I live in, I see a town, ain't no city. Same shit. I see the same people. See, I don't forget motherfuckers. I see the same, that glossed over look on their face because they don't see a way out of that shit. I see more young black men homeless because of economic policies coming from the Democratic Party. These brothers ain't got nowhere to go. And they out here sleeping under cardboard boxes, out here under the freeway. Yeah, it's more Caucasians out there than anybody, but still, I see a lot of black men out there and a few black women, young black women, not old black women, young black women. That's what happens when you don't have plan B, C, and D. The benign neglect policy has been in effect for damn near 65 years. It's time to end that shit in 2020. Instead of standing there with your hand open, talking about, hey, give me some nigger trinkets, give me some more welfare, give me some SNAP benefits, what you need to be saying, no, fuck all that bullshit. I want some reparations, goddamn it. And I ain't gonna accept no for an answer. And I ain't gonna accept wait till the midterms for an answer. They've been telling us that same stupid shit every other year. And when you sit there and listen to people blowhards like Reverend Al, I wish I could find, I forgot to look for that video of Reverend Al Sharpton trying to buy 2 kilos of cocaine from an undercover FBI agent. And this is the guy you listening to, Mr. National Action Network? Fuck out of here. You don't know about that, did you? That they busted his ass for trying to buy 2 kilos of cocaine. See, when they got dirt on your ass, they don't mind you getting up there lying to your people. They have no problem you getting up there lying to your people. They don't have a problem with it. But anybody that talks about self-reliance and getting what's owed to us by the blood, sweat, and tears that our people spilled for this country and built into this country. Our inventions drive industry in this country. And you gonna sit there and live on your knees for another 20 years? You might not have 20 years. They're trying to wipe black people off the face of the earth. And because you're so blinded by bullshit or by your own selfishness, you can't see it. They're doing it all over the world. If they ain't doing it with Ebola, if they ain't doing it with HIV, they're doing it with economic deprivation. Say, Uncle Ben's magical hand strikes again. Man, y'all some fools. It's late in the day for the bullshit, black folks. Hey, you too. Come on, man. Wait, why y'all bullshitting tonight? Come on, man. Go to asktheiceman.com or hit the Cash App. Y'all slipping tonight. Come on, man. hit the Cash App or go to AskTheIceman.com. All right, I tell you what, we're gonna stop right here. Y'all figure out y'all want to get y'all ass off y'all shoulders. Y'all let me know. All right. Let me say this here, man. If you consider yourself to be an adult, and somebody like the Democratic Party wants something from you, which is what? Your vote. A vote means nothing if you don't leverage it for an agenda. Black folks don't understand that. We offer up our votes for free, and then we get mad after the fact. It's too late. The motherfucker done got in office already. You can't call nobody out on something if you didn't make this motherfucker. It's just like being a prostitute. Are you gonna make the trick pay before the sex or after the sex? Gonna be a lot easier to get the money before the sex. We've been hoes for the Democratic Party for too long. Most of you guys will offer up a free vote and you will part your booty cheeks for the Democratic Party. That's what makes some of y'all really pathetic. Because you offer up your own asshole and a vote and ask for nothing in return, while everybody else leverages their vote for an agenda and for resources. It's just like how you got some of these niggas know damn good and well I fundraise every goddamn time I do a podcast, and you got niggas up here acting like they don't know what's going on. And they know I'm going to end up laying into their ass if they play games. So now all the people who really need to hear this message, who donated, who came in the door donating, they have to suffer because you got all these bum ass niggas that want something for nothing. And my message ain't free. Because unlike the rest, let me explain something to you. For you bum niggas, for you bum ass niggas who wonder why I changed the format 5 years ago and I started charging a subscription fee. I used to charge a subscription fee back in the day. Y'all making me want to go back to that shit. Man, all these other people free. Well, go take your ass over there where it's free. I guarantee the message ain't as good. So take your ass over there. But over here, my word means something. And I guarantee my broadcasts are 10 times better than them niggas that you claim are so good and free. That's why you got your ass over here. See, I don't believe in playing myself cheap. I set myself above everybody else. And when I mean everybody else, I don't mean like everybody. I'm just saying I have a value for what I do and what I bring to the table. And if you can't respect that, then I will shut my shit down. And the only people who will be able to enjoy it will be the people who respect my flow. You digs? Because I'm looking over here at PayPal and the shit looks real bad. The shit ain't looking good at all. You niggas know better. You niggas know better not to pull that shit. This will be the last time this shit'll be happening, dog. Real talk.